Hi, thanks for coming on. Andy with you here on Tuesday, August the 10th. Looking ahead to the Premier League outrights, and we'll just run through those ratings for the English leagues for last weekend because something interesting. But Premier League outrights here, and I'll be back Thursday. And on Thursday, we'll look at the Scottish ratings for the weekend, and we will do the English ratings on Friday. So, four leagues to cover Friday, Premiership down to League Two, and two leagues in Scotland on Thursday. Right, Premier League outrights. Obviously, these are the teams. These figures in brackets are where I've got the managers rated. Um, so you can see that Pep Guardiola's third, Thomas Tuchel's the first, Jurgen Klopp the second, etc. 264 City, 108 Chelsea, 71 Liverpool. Now Liverpool are within 193 of the top. The only team that's ever done that for me has been Leicester. Though a few years ago under Claudio Ranieri. So I don't see anybody else bar the top two winning it, quite simply. Um, City 49.83, even money, they're 8 to 11, there's nothing in it at all. Um, I don't think that any manager, as I said the other day, has been bankrolled to the tune of a thick end of £1 billion and has been able to lift the Champions League um, speaks volumes to me about the manager and whether they're able to bully clubs in the Premier League. I don't rate Guardiola. I never have done. As I said all along, I'd love to see him at a mid-table club and see what he was like there. I don't rate him. It's that simple. Um, do I think they'll win? Then the most likeliest winners. They're 156 points clear of Chelsea, so they should win. But for me, at the price, not a chance. Chelsea, Tuchel, I rate very, very highly. The impact he had on Chelsea last season when he took over was immense. He'd done what was required. I mean, Lampard had them in sixth, didn't he, or something? And Tuchel's come in, he's got them in the top four. He's won in the Champions League. He's got them to an FA Cup final. You couldn't have wished for anything else. I think that had he had all the players on board at PSG, I think he'd have won the Champions League there. But that really is a toxic club. I dread to think what will happen there this season now with the players they've got there. It's good luck to Mauricio Pochettino managing the egos there. But Chelsea, I do think there's a bit in Chelsea. 4-1, I've got them in at their fives. Um, Look, I mean, a point each way I've had at fives, third of the odds, first or second. It's not a big bet because it doesn't really interest me, but that's my bet. We'll come to the relegation part in a mo. I think Chelsea will spend money, they'll be stronger, and I think Tuchel certainly has Guardiola's number. Um, Liverpool, as I say, I can't have them, they're too far behind. Van Dijk, I think coming back will help immensely. I don't think he'll be as good as what he was. Players very rarely are once they've been away from the game that long. But I still think Van Dijk at probably 80% is one of the best centre backs in the league. I think Wijnaldum will be a miss from the midfield. I think he got through a lot of work. I think up front they need something else. Liverpool, I think those players, potentially, obviously, the African Cup of Nations, they could lose two of those from the top end, Liverpool. So obviously that alone is a concern, but I don't see them as winners. I think they're safely in the top four, Liverpool. But again, they're a team which, at the moment, for me, are slipping down. They're not looking up. I think out of the top four clubs, only really Chelsea are the side I think that are looking up. City have got the money to replenish all the time. Liverpool, I think it's gone a bit stale. Manchester United will come to them. 220 behind, they can't win off that. I can't see the manager winning a Premier League with anybody. I think he's way out of his depth. I think, again, he's spent countless millions like City. I think if somebody like Tuchel or Klopp, even Nuno Santo was in charge at Manchester United with the players they've got, they'd have them much more competitive. I don't rate them at all. I think Sancho at that price makes my eyes water. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, he's 14th best manager in the league on my figures. 11 to 1, I've got them in. 17 to 2, they are. Spurs, I've already commented on them. Nuno for me is the 4th best manager in the league. I think the signing of Christian Romero is massive. I think, as I said last week, that he's rated top centre back in Serie A last season, and that is a real high accolade. So you know how good he's going to be. Spurs' problems are all at the back. I think from what I'm hearing, Kane is going to stay. I think they've strengthened. They're a good side. I mean, they are capable, and I certainly wouldn't discount them finishing in the top 4. I don't think they will, but they're certainly not out of it. But I mean, winners. These teams are just too low, even though there's value in them. The figure is far too low to win the Premier League. Leicester, the Maddison situation would be a concern. I'd probably rate them slightly lower if he goes to Arsenal, and I'd put Arsenal's figure up. I think Rodgers, he's an okay manager. I don't see him as a Champions League manager. I think that's been proven the last couple of seasons. Leicester have fallen away. Clearly, a lack of confidence goes through the squad. At that business end of the season, but they were good enough to lift the FA Cup, and they did win the Community Shield last week against Manchester City. So he's proven he can win things. I don't see him as top 4. Leicester, I think they'll be competitive, but I don't think they won't win the league, and I don't see him in top 4. Arsenal, I think Ben White probably. Well, I mean, before Tottenham signed Christian Romero, I would have said that was a master signing. But I think Tottenham have trumped that Ben White signing actually now by signing Christian Romero. But I think Ben White's a fantastic signing for Arsenal. But I still think they're lacking something up top. For me, anyway. And as I say, there's 11 better managers in the Premier League ahead of Mikel Arteta. When I talk, I'm not digging out Manchester United and Arsenal here. I think that the 4 managers. I mean, the 5th best manager for me on my list is Rafa Benitez. He's gone to Everton, and Everton are just behind Arsenal. But I've got him at number 5. Number 6, I've got Marcelo Bielsa. Dean Smith, Graham Potter are other managers that I've got ahead of Mikel Arteta, and I think that I've got Sean Dyche ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. Amrath Hassanholt. But yeah, that's my feelings on the Premier League. City obviously most likely to win. You don't need me to tell you that. You really don't. But don't go taking odds on, please. It just really isn't worth it. Have a point each way on Chelsea rather than do that. Relegation, I think Southampton are overpriced. I put them in at 5 to 2. They're 4 to 1. I think that price is huge. They've just lost Danny Ings to Aston Villa. Ryan Bertrand's gone. I think James Ward-Prowse may go. I don't really get a lot out of Saints, but I'm told that he certainly, his agent has told him that he can play at a better level than this. So it's a question of whether he wants to go. I'm told he's considering it. I don't think he'll be short of offers. And I think if James Ward-Prowse was to go, I think Saints could be in all sorts of trouble. Just out of interest, Eddie Howe, I'm told, is one that has got his eye on that job because he wants a job which is close to home, and I'm sure he'd take the Saints job. So that's just something to keep our eye on over the coming months. But that for the Premiership is really it. That's how I think it will finish. Now, let's go back to these weekend ratings. I've put them in numerical order here. Now, this 4-6-2, obviously, that's 4 of our top-rated winners. 6 were draws, 7 draws, and 2 losers. Funny that the 2 top-rateds both lost. But 4 winners, 6 of them drew. So many draws around. That was a championship. Looking on League One, 3-6-3, again, 6 draws. So that was 12 draws in the top 2 divisions from our top-rated teams. but this was what impressed me. As I said to you at the time, this is my most favourite of the English leagues, bar the non-league. 8 top-rated winners, 3 draws. Only one of them lost, and that was the bottom figure. Um, so that is I because I this figure could have been less in the championship. Um, that could have been less there for me, the winners, but this is the league I like. I said to you, didn't I, before, when I rated it, this is my favourite of the English leagues. Obviously, the non-league is, but when I say the English leagues, I mean the Premier League to League Two, um, because of the prices you get. And just look at that, 44%, 17-10. Now, if you take a 44% from up here, look, you're looking at 5-4 in the Championship, and well, it's a 45% at evens in League One, and obviously, as I say, 44%, 17-10. You get such a good price for stuff in League Two. Bookmakers, they're obsessed with this Premier League and that, and this is where you get the value, and it really, really is. Trust me, guys. That is, I think I did say, didn't I? That was the best of the bets on League Two on Saturday. So League Two, really, really looking forward to that. I'm paying so much more attention to it now. I'm compiling it. I'm going to pay just as much attention to these other leagues, but I know that the value won't be there. And when we rate the Premier League for the first time this weekend, you watch teams we come out with at 57%, there'll be twos on. Ridiculous things like that. I promise you, you'll see over these coming months just how poor the Premier League is in terms of value. So we had 4 winners, sorry, there, didn't we? We had 3, we had 8. So we had 15 top-rated winners throughout those 3 divisions, and we had 15 draws. So we had 15 draws, 15 top-rated winners, 4 and 6 lost. So I'd say that the ratings were pretty much in the right area. And given a normal bit of luck in running a few of these, more of these draws could have been winners. But League Two, really, really, really happy with that. If that's a sign of things to come, well, we'll have a good season on League Two. But that's it. I'll be back on Thursday, and we will look at the Scottish. We'll do the English ratings for Friday. No interest for me in the League Cup or the EFL Cup or whatever this week. But that's it. Back Thursday. Bye for now.